Okay, so I want to just welcome. Hi. Hi, I didn't know who that was. Okay, so we were talking about identification to the body, and then identification to the soul. So when we are the soul, and people know it by different names, they call it consciousness, they call it God self, divine self, whatever, then you're not looking as a human being. You know that you're in a temporary experience. You know that you've come here with something to experience. And it's not just what others create that you want to experience. You want to experience your creativity, your creatorship, right? It's a difference. So even when you see, if you inherit wealth, we were talking about it today, it's not the same satisfaction as you creating the wealth and then enjoying it, right? Because we actually, when we inherit wealth, we become a little bit stupid, because just because uh, it's not, we have no value for it, because it was given to us. So the choices we make with the wealth that's handed over to us actually are very different than the choices you will make with if you've created it. So handing over wealth is okay, but in a way it's passing on the stupidity and just on and on. So somewhere along the line you have to teach your children, you have to also learn how to be the best creator. Yeah. So that is actually very, very deep spirituality. Yourself through the experiences you have created. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this is why we are all here in incarnations, and again and again and again. That's the only reason. And why are we on a very physical planet? Physical planet in the sense with a temporary existence, because you can't live forever. You just create yourself, you manifest your bodies, you manifest your life and experiences and situations, and you see the power of your soul. And then you actually just move out of it. Saying even that the memory of what you've created you take with you, it's not really that, because memory is only needed here on this physical realm, because what we remember is pretty selective also, right? So something happens, but your memory is pretty selective of what happened. Four people experiencing something at the same time, one event, will remember it differently. So even the memory is not important afterwards. A knowingness that I can create myself, I can create my body, I can create my life. This is the I. This is the consciousness. This is who I am. And that's the only reason that people manifest bodies and minds and incarnations. And look at the power to incarnate. Look at the power from idea, imagination to take a body. That is our power. But somewhere we've actually lost that current, lost that connection, and lost that recognition. So what is spirituality again? It is basically going back to who you are, going identification to the soul. I am the soul having this beautiful temporary human experience. And whatever I'm create, I'm responsible for my bullshit, whatever I create, or wisdom. Yeah, I am conscious being and I am responsible. That is a conscious existence. That is. Now, if we are blaming somebody, if we are putting the responsibility on someone else and being dependent for everything else, then somewhere we've lost the meaning and the recognition of why we are in this incarnation. What are we doing here then? Did you come here to become someone's slave? Now, being a slave and in, because it will experience everything. So today am I making sense? Are you with me? Okay, great. Yeah, great. So today, a few days ago, I chose the wealth challenge, the wealth subject. And how important is wealth to you? Okay. Only one person? Okay, so show me, guys. Work with me. Okay, if you have 4 arms, put them all up. Maybe you want to put up your legs too. Okay. Okay, because what does wealth do? Let us just, for a minute, talk about what do you need wealth for. So, anyone?
Financial. Sorry, go ahead. Security?
Security. Okay. So you want wealth to secure you as a person?
Feel safe, yeah, because you can
Be safe.
that stuff.
Okay. So when you what are you saving? What is the safety for? So you're looking for wealth to create safety and security. So what would that do?
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind?
Yeah.
Okay, peace of mind. To give you peace of mind. Okay, what else?
Financial freedom so that you can do what you want to do and when you want to do it
Yes.
and not be dictated
Okay.
what you're doing when you're doing
So financial freedom to do what you want to do, when you want to do, where you want to do, and not be dictated about or pushed around, making your own decisions. Anything else?
Comfort.
Comfort, okay. So using it for buying comfortable things, house, whatever else. Yeah, okay. Comfort. What else?
Helping other people.
Okay, helping other people. If you have more, you can share more. Yeah, you can use it for that purpose. Okay.
responsibilities.
Taking more responsibility. Okay, so more wealth you have, how would you take responsibility?
Like towards your parents, towards your siblings.
Okay,
You
so
can-
sharing.
You can be more helpful for your family.
Yeah, so you can use it to create comfort and some pleasure. Yeah, and wealth is one tool. It's one currency that's so important because you can use it. The purpose is usage. You use it to buy things, to develop things, to create things, so you can experience more. Does that make sense? Otherwise, you'd be limited in your experience. If peace was the only goal, you don't need money. You can just have limited stay in one room house or something and don't see anybody and don't go out, you'll be at peace. But that's not the goal, right? So the goal is so you can use this money, use this wealth to create experiences, and so you get to know yourself more. So you see wealth as a tool, how useful the tool is. Yeah. Right? Does that make sense? We all agree, yes, because we want to use it for some purpose, which will give us more experience and more knowing and more recognition of who we truly are. Because now we've got 10,000 experience because we've done a lot. Does it make sense? So it is a tool to create experience and more recognition for yourself as a soul. Okay? So now let us just wind back quickly. And I just want to see how long we've had this need for wealth. So how long have you consciously been thinking or had this need for wealth? And how does it make you feel when you feel needy? What happens then to you?
Those are all
The
good
neediness. Yeah.
questions. Stressful.
It's stressful. Okay. Creates stress.
Fear.
And
Creates fear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay.
Or disappointment when you can't do what you want to do.
Yeah, disappointment when you can't maneuver yourself and do what you want to do. What else?
It makes you feel
Helplessness.
Helpless? Yeah, absolutely.
dependent on other people.
Yes, dependent. And how does that feel to be dependent on others? Not good. Not good, right? Everybody's shaking their head. Not good. Okay. So I want you to consciously today just examine this feeling as energy in your body or mind. And how you want to do it is I want you to feel if it creates worry, anxiety, whatever you think it does, whatever you feel it does. And you know how long you've been wanting this, right? And God only knows that you've tried a lot to get more wealth. Am I right? That you've been striving for wealth for a long time. Okay, right? So constant stress. How is it hitting your body? What's happening to your body? So let us take a minute and just examine that.
So good questions.
What's that?
So they're all good questions.
They're all good questions, yes.
Yeah.
They better be if we're going to get where we want to today.
Are we saying that wealth is money?
It could be.
If it's
Yes, I'm
abundance.
actually talking about money.
Money, okay.
Yeah. I'm not talking about abundance. That's a very cunning word. You know, it covers a lot.
Yeah.
I'm actually directly talking about ability to create experiences with and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so how does it feel in the body? Or where does it hit you? Which part is tight or constricted?
Mental stress.
Mental, so head area,
Yeah, yeah.
Digest.
head,
Yeah.
digestive tract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know how many people have digestive tract problems right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tons.
So worry does that, and extreme stress does that. Thinking does here. You can worry, but when it goes down deeper to helplessness and not finding a way and really struggling, that goes into the tummy and the digestive tracts. Yeah.
Yeah. Skin rashes.
Skin irritations, okay. So immune system is somewhat compromised. Your strength, your power is compromised. What else?
Maybe your heart.
Okay, chest, heart. So constricted, tight. Okay, okay. So, so it is part of that fear, part of that worry. Now, we may not realize, but when we have a deep need, so 1 to 10, what is your need? 10 being the highest need, that you really do worry and struggle. What is your need? 1 to 10. 1 is really little. You sometimes think of it or not even think of it. What is yours? Your number? 1. You don't think of wealth. Okay.
No,
So
I mean, obviously you have to pay your bills, you know.
yeah, that's
But I
different.
don't worry about
Okay, worry about it. Okay, who else?
it.
8. Yeah. So high. How many are on the higher side that they do think and worry about it? Okay, great. Yeah, because that's why you have the problems that you do. So it's not like yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I want you to recognize today that not having the lack or the neediness, it compromises your physical system and it hits you at the spots which matter your creativity, which matter also your intelligence. Because if the body is compromised, that means there's a lack of energy, there's an energy drain somewhere. Am I right? There's an energy drain. You're feeling tired. You're not sleeping well, maybe insomnia, right? And what happens is we're not creating enough energy because we're draining more than what we're creating. What is the result? Immune system busted. What is the result? That we start to get low on intelligence that helps you create, low on ideas, low on inspiration, and we start to doubt whatever inspiration comes. Doubt and fear are strong signs that somewhere your body has been compromised and it'll go into a panic, it'll go into anxiety right away. Okay? But let us not fear about that because our forefathers had this too. They worried too. Is that true? So all of this has been going on for a long time. It's not new. Our forefathers, generations before, also actually had a problem and possibly the same problem, right? Okay. So, but today we can break it. Today we can, with a very careful and a very smart strategy, we can actually create some new pathways. We can create new strategies, new techniques that will allow us to actually be able to just create and express that wealth, to be able to share it. Because if you create the wealth and you don't use it, it's going to rot you or itself or your experiences. So idea to actually create wealth is to keep sharing, keep using, keep using, keep using. Do not hoard. The minute you start to hoard, I'm warning you today because I'm giving you the strategy to create really good wealth. And if you hoard, and you're going to then have to pay that price yourself. And the price is very heavy. It has to be shared. That's the purpose of this energy, right? Does that make sense? Okay, great. So it's very interesting that if we are not creating wealth, one reason could be that nobody's taught us how to do it, the right reasons, not even the reasons, just how to do it. But what we have been taught is a lot of, we've been taught different ethics or some morality around it, or belief systems around wealth. And this is what actually holds us back from creating freely even wealth. So the belief systems, okay? So how about a belief system that maybe rich people are not so honorable? You know, when many people say that, if there's a rich neighbor, they actually, especially in Asia, they'll say he's got to be doing something strange. He's got to be doing, there's no way you create money like that, you know, that kind of money, right? Okay? We are even jealous. And we will put down the people who have wealth. We'll call them arrogant, we'll call whatever it takes. So we want the very thing sometimes, but we start to label rich people with whatever reasons. So what is your relationship to wealth? Is it just through this neediness? Do you have any in your belief system about wealth? It's good, it's right. Somebody said to me the other day, they emailed that, yeah, I hate poverty, but I would like to make honorable wealth. I thought, what is honorable wealth? You know, you can see this is a strong belief system that I will use. Now you can use wealth which you think gives you honor and the world honor, whatever that belief system is. So just examine, let's see, what's your belief system?
Guilt.
Guilt around making a lot of money?
Well, if it's money, and then the possibility you could feel bad that other people are in more difficult positions.
Yeah. Okay.
Though you can try to
Yeah.
help others or help others.
Okay, so you start to help others. You don't want to feel so guilty about it.
Well, I help others, but
Yeah.
to some degree.
Yeah. Okay, what about some kind of shame? That you cannot make a strong living or you cannot make your wealth. Is there shame involved with that? That you're a less person in some way?
Yeah, there could be some social pressure.
Social pressure, it's huge. And in every culture almost, it varies. Eastern cultures, there's a lot of pressure, like good for nothing. It doesn't matter, we don't know what the hell he's doing. He's not bringing back anything, you know, like, or he's not able to maintain his family. People lose respect for you. Right? So that happens in every culture, but what else? So you see the stress to make the money, that's your relationship. You have to make it because you want to earn the respect. You have to make it because maybe you feel that it will not just respect, you want to influence things, that influence bigger life, do bigger things. I have to get there. One person said, I need to make the money because I need to give it. And I said, who said you should give it? Like, if you want to make the money without the need. Like, why are we imposing so much that I want to do good things? Well, can't you do good things now? Does it have to be that you have to set up a hospital to be good? So all these actually are lame excuses, stories, belief systems we've carried on again, we inherited. It's not, we did not get this stupid in one incarnation. Before us, they were stupid too. There's been a lot of stupid. Believe me, I'm not just saying it, it's true. Because somewhere along the line, very few people question the system of thinking. And somehow it has served and gone into these ages. Does that make sense? Okay. So your attachment or your engagement or your relationship, how you think about money, whether you think in a negative way or positive way, are both belief systems.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for me, I believe it gives me choice. And so I feel like without it, I don't have choice.
Okay. That's really important. So you believe that it gives you choice. Without this, you will not have choice. How many people relate to that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So that's still a belief. I believe that's still a belief. Yeah?
I'd like to overcome it.
Yes. Yes. That's why you have come. You need to overcome that. Any belief, imagine belief like a big rock. It's a whole different channel of thinking of the mind. And it's not the current you need to create with, right? Because this wealth creation, in a way, I'll show you in the end, towards the end, how effortless this can be. But when you put effort, there's got to be a belief, yeah?
I find this a belief is a kind of a fear of being rich or wealthy because
for one thing, you get more suspicious of people.
Yeah,
You think,
yeah.
oh, they like me because of me, or
Yes.
because of my money.
Yes.
That's, I think, a fear. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
fear that,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So actually, that's very true, that fear of money, because people actually become distant from you. Even your own, sometimes relatives, your near and dear will step out of your zone because they may think a certain way. Also, money has been used to intimidate others. So rightly so, we have these fears. So whether you're doing it or being done to, either way, it is a strong belief that holds you back. Now you see, we want wealth, but our core belief is this.
Well, it's also what you see in the world, right? Often, like, you have to be worried, is my kid going to be kidnapped? So that, you can't leave them out because they might
Okay,
want to.
so if you're too rich, then your kids could be kidnapped or whatever, right? There's fear of loss of something. Okay, so you'd rather not be rich then, rather not be wealthy, because the possibility of a kidnap. How many people relate to that? I think people will allow the kidnapping, but still, we'll deal with it. It can't happen to us. I'll just take the money for now. Yeah.
Let's reach that point.
Let's reach the point.
Then we'll see.
I
Yeah.
have 2 kids.
It depends what you understand on the way.
Yeah, exactly. So these are unconscious beliefs that we are talking about. And audience who's watching us also, I'm sure, have examined in the meantime. Now, I would suggest that we don't need to know this belief. There's some strategies out there that you get to know your belief and then you recognize it and then it'll go away. So what happens is also there's been a lot of techniques used. For instance, people will use positive thinking. So if they feel the lack of money or wealth, they will say, they look into the mirror, I am rich, I'm wealthy, I'm doing this. They see themselves boating, they see themselves buying houses, whatever. So a lot of positive affirmations. That is one way. And how many people have used that already? For quite a few years, probably. Yeah, because 80s, they became really big new age and you started to use a lot of affirmations and visions and visualizations to get there. Also, prayer is another tool. How many people have prayed for wealth? Yeah, many. Because you feel hopeless, you don't know what to do, you feel it's not happening and you need help from someone else, right? Okay, so pray. Yeah, sorry.
Some people think they don't deserve it, right?
Yeah.
Or really.
Yes, absolutely. How many people think they don't deserve wealth? Okay, yeah. You may want wealth, but it will not. Or how many people feel they're not lucky enough? Now, that's true. Yeah, that's true, right? And how many people feel it's not in their destiny? Good one. How many feel it's not in their destiny?
I think everybody.
Everybody. Everybody has been jaded with this darn karma and destiny. It's the fear of something in us that if it hasn't happened till now, it's not in my destiny. And India is known for this hopelessness. It's known for this. It's not your destiny. Okay. But I want to tell you today that if you're listening to me, whether here or whether anywhere, then it's your turn. I'm saying you're not bound by any destiny, that you can do it, because you wouldn't be listening to this message today otherwise. And I just want you to, before we go into the few more things, I want you just to recognize that in every age, every century has different tools, spiritual tools or other tools to get to the higher dimensions. Sometimes it was just prayers. Sometimes it was self-realization. You just got to know yourself through contemplation, meditations, and a lot of that. Sometimes it was social service, just social giving, right? There's been many tools or many ladders to get to the higher dimensions. And I have this sense and that at this time, people need, it's not about meditation, it's not about praying to God outside, it's not even going in. They want to basically experience as much as they can. Like this generation, people who are right now, and also our future generations. They're here to create experiences. Have you seen how not attached they are to the wealth like we are? They're not. They're going for the experiences. And we're setting the model for that. We're also traveling a lot more. We're learning, we're doing. So I feel these generations to come and our generation are stepping into and are going to use a new tool to get to our higher dimensions. And it's going to basically be to create the power with which we can create a powerful expression of ourselves. And wealth is a brilliant tool for that. Does that make sense? So we don't have to feel guilty. We don't have to, it doesn't matter, all relevant. So now we've got these hidden unconscious belief systems. And if we start to, this was just a sample, but if we start to go deeper, we will get lost. We will lose our mind because we will not know how to correct it. So what can we do? What do you think we can do today to actually just get rid of these belief systems? What can happen? Tell me. Anybody?
Recognize them, raise your awareness around those belief systems.
Which we've recognized today already.
Yeah.
We don't need to recognize one at a time. We know there's a belief system in place already. Whether it's one belief or hidden beliefs, we already know. So what are we going to do? We're going to infuse new energy. We're going to fill our bodies, infuse our brains, and fill our body with a different quality of energy, quality of intelligence. Does that make sense? We're going to bring in a new world, which will create a new world, a consciousness that will create a new world, right? And how will we do it? We all believe we are souls, right? We all believe our identifications. We are souls having this experience. So we are going to use our soul will. We are going to use our will again to actually almost like a command the space. We don't have to command it because we can will it. So what are we truly? Space, soul, God, divine, consciousness. That's what we are. So we're going to find a place, a station. I'm going to teach you that today. We're going to build this place together in your head, in your being, in the seat of consciousness, where you will have your power seat with which you can actually access your true being. You can be in that power as the power itself, the creative power, right? And then the more you actually go into your inner dome, which we will create today, the more you go into that dome and sit in that experience, the beliefs will fall. Because this energy is so potent, it doesn't have that mind. It doesn't have a belief system. Yeah? So as little in 7 days' time, or as little as that, you will start to get glimpses that something new is coming in. Does that make sense? So we're going to just infuse your entire body, mind, organism with a different quality of energy. You are going to go there and sit in that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, but you have to do it repeatedly because the more you do it, I do it even once an hour or I do it for 2 minutes, okay? Because this is my priority of having the best quality energy. Because then my quality of life is according to the energy I hold inside me, right? So it's very important to me. It's my priority. So you will go in again and again, and I'll show you the difference between this mind that we've been talking with and then that level of consciousness, that energy. We'll go into that. And you've heard of the blue miracle. So we will use that partly to create that vibration for us. And then as we go in, within 7 days, because you have to remember, how does will work? Will doesn't have time and space. Soul doesn't have time and space. The minute you will it, it starts to deliver. The minute you will something, the universe will start to deliver it to you. That second, it happens. Like spontaneous results, right? Okay. So now, how are you going to feel it? You're going to feel urges after that, oh, I should call so-and-so. Oh, I should just urge to do something. Now, we a lot of times ignore the urge because, and rightly so, because we don't have this quality of energy. So we need to think about it. We need to examine things and then do it. But now we're going to infuse the energy. We already know that we are already placed located in that beautiful energy. So we can start to take our urges seriously. And what that means is, I want to call this, I want to get up or eat this, or I want to go there. All of a sudden you do it. You do not question and you do not doubt. Doubt may come, question may come, because it's your old habitual mind. Because we're used to it, right? But you're not going to give in into the habitual mind, because you know how that is. Follow the urge. You're not going to say where or see that, okay, I followed my urge, I went to the store, but nothing happened. I did that, nothing happened. No, that's too little. Because it's going to create, the universe is going to create, or you at your conscious level are going to create experiences and situations. And as you consciously go through them, consciously take on the responsibility, all of a sudden we'll see the results. What happened 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, we'll see.
I have a question about, like you say, about wealth. What about, like, if you're not well educated, or you can't become a doctor, right? To make
Yes.
lots of money, or
Yeah. I've seen many doctors go bankrupt, by the way. So I've seen the richest of the richest go bankrupt. Yeah, education has not, that's very smart though, Sylvia. I forgot that. Thank you for reminding me. You don't have to be educated. You don't also have to be intelligent, what we call smart, to make money. How many people do you know are so dumb, not educated, and look what they did with their lives? What happened? Yeah? Yeah, now we say it's their destiny, right? We just say it was
Because
their.
I think they're more mentally free to do whatever they want.
They have nothing to lose. They've given them the permission. Yeah. Then they're not into, we'll talk about renunciation, which is important to touch also later. But this is actually, it rightly said, it has nothing to do with education, nothing to do with your brightness, and you've no idea how that money will be created right now. So stop thinking.
We put all these limits
Yeah.
on it.
And we are not putting a limit. Did you say I never talked about a limit? Because the minute you put a goal in place, limit, like $1 million, $300,000, $30, you're going to be stressed and watching that goal. I want just clear free will. I willed wealth because I have use for it. I have the power to do so, so I have done it. I have the power as a soul to will it. So I've already willed it. Has everybody here willed it now? People watching me willed it already? Yeah? Great?
Build
Okay.
what?
Willed just wealth.
Oh, just wealth.
Just wealth. Yeah. But now we are going to, the little meditation technique that we're going to do is basically to eradicate the belief systems, the existing blocks that we have. Right? Does that make sense? So we come into the right current. And this current that I'm going to connect you to today is going to turn into currency. And that's exactly how it happens. It's just wisdom. It's wisdom. And it's being insightful. If you know this soul, you know these spiritual laws, you know how to work the physical laws. Does that make sense? And that's what we're going to do. Later, I'll tell you about an experiment we'll do, but that'll be later. Are you ready to come with me? Okay. You're more than ready today. Today, I notice people are very awake. Nobody's resting and sleeping on me today.
Ready to stay awake.
Loto Max is there.
Yeah, I told you, this is what's going to awaken people at all levels. I've just got this sense. I am so bloody bright. I thought, what is going to awaken people? They're not interested in enlightenment. They're not interested in anything, getting whatever. Okay, let's go. So we will start to build a place in our head that your seat, your power seat, where the energy is really good. Okay, then we'll go into the blue miracle. For the blue miracle is a short kriya, it's a short technique, and it'll basically just separate you. You'll be able to lift the awareness, so you're able to experience everything outside. In that, we will repeat 7 sounds of hum. When you repeat the 7 sounds of hum, you will actually Just listen to the sound and feel the vibration you're creating, because that's a strong resonance you want to connect with. So you're getting into the still zone where there's no mind. Mind is outside. It's outside the sphere. So has everybody done the blue miracle here? If not, it's just visualizing blue light going up through the spine, and I'm guiding you, so it's easy. And it's coming into the brain. It comes through the midbrain, into the brain, then the entire body. And we will 7 times repeat the sound of hum together. And as you do that, so you're going to sit with your hands on your thighs and feet on the floor, or like that's good. And so when you repeat it, you're going to envision a sphere of blue light. The blue light just expand. And the blue light is a bit lighter, but a bright light like that, okay? So it's going to expand all around you, 7 feet sphere, and you're sitting here. In this, you're going to be able to see the thoughts and the feelings outside. They're not inside. Inside, pure energy, okay? So let us go. So close your beautiful eyes, drop those eyelids, and place a nice smile, because this will give you the right energy. It'll set the right track for us. Take a nice deep breath, as if just touching from head to toe. Touch your toes almost with your mind and come up all the way to the head. Great. So I want you to imagine a beautiful dome, your skull like a dome. And just where, say, the center point between the ears and from eye to the back, just almost create a beautiful floor, a solid floor. Like imagine you're sitting on the 6th floor of a beautiful building. You don't have to be exactly right, don't worry, but just approximate is okay. So this beautiful floor, and it could be any color, it could be marble, it could be anything at all. And in the center of this, so center of your midbrain, place a beautiful chair. Any color at all. It could be a wooden chair, anything you like. Use your imagination. And now right above you, like in the skull, there's this dome. If you want, you can place windows. Fresh air. If you want, you can create fireplace. You can make this place as comfortable and very beautiful. You can put fresh flowers, but you're sitting right in the center of this dome. So take a minute or two and make this place your home. And on the side, if you want even greater results, you can place your guide. If you don't have guides or masters, then you can place basically somebody you have respected, somebody wise, and put them on one side, not in the center. They're just there watching you. But spiritual guides work really well with you when inside you. So make it beautiful. You can put a nice table on the side. You can put a cool drink or whatever else you want, snacks. It's just your imagination. And now watch yourself. Once you decorate this place just right with carpets and pictures and art and everything else, I want you to come and sit on this chair. And when you sit on this chair, you're first watching yourself sitting in the chair. But then I want your attention in you. So you are in the body, and now you're looking out at everything else, but you're placed inside awareness inside you. So take a few moments to do that. And your breath comes up beautifully all the way, and it touches that floor. Just a gentle nudge, touch. Great. Let us now do the blue miracle technique. And I want you to visualize beautiful blue light at the base of the spine. Watch this light coming up all the way up, up, up the spine. You are simply watching it. And all the way where the brain, the head touches the neck. It rotates, becomes more vibrant, radiating blue light, and it enters both sides of the brain, and then the entire body. And again, come back to your seat. Don't lose that seat. The chair you've put, it's in the midbrain. So your focus is there behind the eyes. And we're going to repeat the sound of hum 7 times, loud and clear. We will listen to our voice, and we're going to feel the vibrations this humming is creating inside us. So take a nice deep breath. One more time. Okay, great. Rest in the sound. Attention behind the eyes. There's this beautiful blue sphere 7 feet around you. Thoughts may pass by, feelings will pass by, visions, images. Do not be hijacked. Watch how this energy is so pure inside. No mind inside, just thoughts outside. Let them pass. Every time you start to engage with thoughts outside, just come behind the eyes. Gently bring yourself back. Eyes, come back behind the eyes. Eyes, your breathing is fanning and magnifying the stillness even more. Eyes, This free flow of energy, of consciousness is who you are. And when you create objects, experiences, your purpose is simply to experience your own power. You're not the objects. You are the creator of those thoughts and feelings and objects. Today you're sitting in your power seat of consciousness as the creative force, the unmanifest. Whatever you think becomes manifest. It becomes something. Eyes. Okay. Take a nice deep breath. You want to rub your hands and just create a column of light. So raise your arms and slowly move them head to toes, creating this beautiful imaginary column of consciousness, of light. So you always have a reserve. You can open your eyes as and when. You can just rub your hands over your face so you'll be present very quickly, because sometimes you can go deep and it takes time. So did everyone experience the stillness? Yeah? And you saw the thoughts were outside floating? Yeah? That's wonderful. Really, I'm so proud of you.
Sometimes I grab onto them.
Yeah, but if you grab onto the thoughts, you're doing it consciously. All thinking is happening from belief systems. So you're grabbing onto a belief and you're making the belief bigger. So just know that if you engage in thinking, then you're making the belief bigger, then the power, as your creative power, will reduce, because you have actually gone the other way, whole different track.
Creating, though, in my
No, that's from belief systems, all belief systems. But once you start to do it, and you have this message, and especially the way I have delivered it today, that yes, you can create what you want, you can create the wealth for use. For your use, you can create that wealth. Because it's not just going to happen, you will create it through action. So what are we going to do? We're going to listen to the urges, and we are going to follow them and put them into action. We're going to follow and act on the urges. And we will not now worry to see the bank balance every day. We've already willed it. We don't have to think about it 10 times. You know, people who were working with the law of attraction, they again and again would go to the vision board and look at it again, but that creates a lot of, that's not the type of wealth I'm talking about. I'm talking about effortless creativity, just by will. Your soul needs to just will it because it has the power to will it. It can will life, it can will death, it can will every experience. Can't it will wealth? Yeah? Do you trust my message or you feel that, oh, I'm not so sure? Be honest, it's okay. I will not mind it.
Well, you have to engage the mind to act on the
Yes, of course, you should.
Okay.
Yeah, because you'll get an urge. It's like intuitive urge. Like, oh, I should do that. I should eat that. It could be smallest to the biggest thing. It could be a phone call. It could be the color of your clothing. It could be just feeding or going out for a walk. It could be saying something to someone. It could be anything at all. Okay? And you're going to act on it. You're not going to doubt and you're not going to question. So the best possible way you will act on it, right? Mm-hmm. And we will see what is happening. What actually got delivered to you.
What you're talking about is let your creativity drive your actions, right? So
Your intuitive knowing.
intuitive
Because you
knowing,
willed it already.
right?
Yeah?
So yeah, instead of letting the mind drive that,
Yes, yes.
let your intuitive and creative
Yeah. Yeah.
drive it.
Yeah, intuition, basically the soul, the will is delivering the intuitiveness to you. But you as a creator have to create it. You are the creator. So people who don't create, they always have fear. Who haven't if you haven't bought a house, if you haven't done something, you haven't created it, you always have fear of it. But once you do it, you don't have fear of it, right? So what are we here for? The purpose of life is conscious creation. We are here to consciously create and then experience so we can get to know our powers of the soul. We can create consciously. It's a conscious mind and a conscious world, which we've been living unconsciously. And that's why all our powers and creative force is diminished. It's even robbed away. We've robbed ourselves because of not remembering who we are, not recognizing, and then not taking on the power and responsibility. We shirk actually responsibility, but we all want to be free. We want to be free without responsibility. But if you want to be free, then you have to, the more responsibility you take, the freer you become. It's reverse, actually. It just makes sense. But I'm going to just ask you your experiences. Now, did everybody experience that space? The dome. Mm-hmm. Everybody created a dome? Mm-hmm. Okay, right? And that's up to you how beautiful or whatever. You could create a cave if you want, whatever. Each time you go, you can create something, okay? You can bring fresh flowers with you. You can bring your teacher with you. If you find me attractive, you could bring me there too. If I repulse you, then don't bring me. So, but you should bring your guides, your teachers, because that's where it increases. Also, you have this devotion and love, feeling of love, that somebody's watching you, is with you. So you're not in isolation. Yeah, right? Okay, so the dome is set. We've all got the dome. And now we know we first watch ourselves sitting there. Then we go inside ourselves, right here, like inside. And then we're sitting inside. And then as you breathe this place, you're almost, did you notice the breath touches that? Like the roof of that floor? It'll happen. You just come down and up, just down and up. Then your attention, for split second, it's gone. Like totally you become the space. Then you'll go to the object. Oh, you're watching yourself again. You're watching the object of you. Or you're watching something outside. And you start to think, it's normal, it's going to happen 10,000 times. And then your power is simply in coming back for split second, split second, split second. I'm not suggesting a long drawn meditation. The power, though, as many times you come back, that is your success. Your success is not just in sitting that I couldn't sit there. It's split second. It's just like that. Just like, I even sit with my hand like that. I just bring the hand back. And now you don't have to be in deep states, you noticed? You weren't in deep state somewhere lost to the world. You can do it anywhere. You could be in a park. You could be on a toilet seat. You could do it. Now, if you want powerful results, then become devoted to it. I would suggest do it every hour for 2-3 minutes. Just total time is 2-3 minutes. Your actual touch may be maybe 20 times or 10 times, that's all. You're just touching.
So are you saying you can just go straight to that space? Or
Yeah.
do you have to go with the whole Kriya that you know, with the,
You can actually, if you want like a deeper experience, during the day, you don't have to do the Kriya. But I would suggest that if you have time in the morning, do 5-minute Kriya, 5 minutes. And at night before you sleep, 5 minutes, do this. Do the blue. It's very powerful. You will actually go much deeper. And it was a blessing given to us too, that it can take people there. So if you do it day and night, 5 minutes there, and then during the day, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, as many times, you will notice you're not engaging so much, but you're delivering lots. You're actually just saying things, but you're not really wondering. You're not thinking. You're not trying to do something. You're just part of doing all day. It'll slowly, slowly, slowly happen. We will talk about it. This is the first time we're actually introducing this. And we will go deeper and deeper. Because we will use this tool to become spiritually realized. And also wealth, because it serves us. And I'm going to be very interested in working with 5 people. I will just take 5 people, work 1 month, 1 hour or 1.5 hours a week, one-on-one, where actually I help them get into the space. So if you're interested, don't want to take more than 5, because it's just basically, we want to create a book and workshops and so I just want to actually work with the people. So just 5 people we'll be taking. There'll be some cost to it, but we will tell you the conditions of how to work with it. It is 30 days. So it's really hands-on, working with what comes up every week with you. So if you're interested, just email me. Just 5 people. Whoever first 5 will take those. Yeah.
So when would that be?
We probably will start a month of July. So either July 15th to August 15th, and we don't have to personally see each other. It'll be over the Skype, over the phone, or some medium like that, whatever it is. Yeah. But it's to actually personally take them through the process, because a lot comes up, and it's really interesting then it just gets there. We'll get there faster. Yeah. So what else? Now, is there a question? Is there something you want to ask? Or experience of what happened today that you would like to share?
Sometimes I find it hard leaving that space and coming back.
When you open your eyes,
Well, no, but I just want to stay in that space.
you want to stay in that space. Because you know why? That is you. That's who you are. That's your true identity. You are the space. You are just occupying this space just through this create. This is space also. Your physical body is also space. You're basically just define this space to experience something. But you actually are the pure space. Yeah. So your identification should be I am the space, whatever name, I am the soul. And that's why you find it hard to come back. Because that's your natural.
You're saying you can continue that even with your eyes open.
Yeah, yeah. We're all doing it right now. We're in that space right now, right? We're still. And still we're asking questions. I could see when she was asking a question, she was just understanding, but she's still in that space. Yeah. It's a very conscious space. So we are full-blown activity, but we're just not thinking that much. That's all. So this is what happens. Now you look at every mystic, you look at every Nobel Prize winner, all of a sudden they had this spark, something, and then maybe even the scientists, then they started to experiment and research with that and make it and then get to the conclusion. But the spark, the idea came out of nowhere, the nowhere space, right? Everybody,
And
whether it's a,
sometimes the same spark occurs with several scientists at once.
yes,
And then they're almost competing.
all the time.
Yeah.
It is not possible for one person to enter, get that idea. It is not possible. And the deeper you go into deeper states, the more you're located in the space, what you think, your idea becomes a thought for many, many hundreds and people of this at the same time, because we come in soul groups and our purposes are the same. So one person consciously manifests it as idea. Right now it was in the unmanifest. You manifest it, bang, it's in the manifest and everybody who's ready will get it. It's not possible that only one. So that's why we can do this here, but somewhere in a village in Africa, somebody will be using this technique somewhere. It's become manifest. That means if it's in the manifest, it's accessible to entire humanity. Isn't that powerful? To me it is. Yeah. All these revelations are very important for us because this is the magic that we can think it and somebody will be it somewhere. Yeah. Also negatively, you can create that. You have the power to create any influence. You can create fear. You can wake up thinking fear and create fear in your neighborhood. A child will be crying somewhere scared because you thought fear. It's science, it's logic, it's spirituality, it's how the principles of life work. We are collective, we are one. We are all joined collectively. Nobody thinks alone, we just think we think alone, right? That is our power actually. Yeah, that was a great point, Jan. But that it's very hard for you to say it in words, that space, right? But it's experience. We all had that. The blue space, call it whatever you do. The stillness. Yeah. So that's our identification. We are going to roll with it. And if there's anything else, we'll take the question. Otherwise, we will close here for tonight. Anything else?
I'd like to know about the blue again. Maybe you said it and I didn't hear you.
Okay.
Why would it, I was able to get the blue the whole
Yes,
time.
yes.
What was that about?
It was just inspired. So when these things are handed, channeled to you, they, you just become, you channel them. It's, and you'll notice that in my life, this is a direct experience for many years. When I became awakened, even the books like 1 Billion Balloons, if you've read, it was entire word to word was channeled. So as is all thoughts, as is all these kriyas, techniques were channeled. Sorry, guys. Okay, but I'll close here. I think this is a sign for us, and we'll meet again next week, and we'll go deeper into it. We promise we will get there. Thank you.
Thank you.